9 clones that I actually prefer over the originals. A variety of different reasons. Every single one of them I will explain to you why I prefer this over the original, but it's something. It's always going to be something. It's not just going to be, well, because they did a good job becoming that fragrance. To me, in order for a clone to be better, it has to do something better than the original. And that's why a lot of these clones do about 95%, but then go off on their own, try to do something a little bit better. Let's just get into it. From the house of Lattafa, this is Ramz Silver, and this is a clone of Ultramol. I also think that Offnon's 9 p.m., which I also have, could also be on this list. I think both of them are better than Ultramol. Ultramol has this syrupy, overly sweet kind of critiques that it's been getting since day one, and both Ramz Silver and Offnon 9 p.m. curve that, bring it down a little bit, make it a little bit more masculine by not being as cloyingly sweet. The thing about both these fragrances too is that they project, they perform. You're talking 6-7 hours at least. Their eau de parfum concentrations. This 3.4 ounce for $17 off on 9 p.m. It's like $25. Incredible value. I think better than Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramol. Next, from the house of Tom Ford. I did not bring it out with me. Some of these I have, some of them I don't have with me. Tuscan Leather, the cologne that I picked. Better than that is from the house of Parfums de Marly. This is Godolphin. And I don't want to take off the cap because it's really on there tight. Oh, I like kind of Tuscan Leather. Not a huge fan, but it's too animalic for me. It smells too cow pasteurized, and this somehow found a way to not only increase performance, not only increase projection, but do it for a fourth of the price and cleaned up those animal notes. So you have leather, you got a little bit of sweetness, almost a mix between Tuscan Leather and Ombre Leather, but I don't think this is as sweet as Ombre Leather, so I tend to say Tuscan Leather on that. From the house of Yves Saint Laurent, it is Tuxedo, and the clone that I think is better is Suits by Fragrance World. Tuxedo, very good. Not Tuxedo, Mustache by Rocas, very good. Taxco by Milestone is very good. I don't think they're as good as this. This has everything you want from that boozy, fruity, luxurious Tuxedo, but projects much more, lasts much longer, and is $25. Fragrance World is a bit hit or miss a lot of times, but the hits that they do have are knock them out of the park. Home runs, like Liquid Brun, for instance. When they hit, and this is an example of that. $25 versus what is Tuxedo now? $250. It's up to you. Your choice. Next. From the house of Emporio Armani, we have, understand this before I say this next one, because I really like this next one. I'm not saying that the originals are bad at all. I'm just saying there's something else out there that I like as much which is just as good of a performer at a fraction of the price, or something that I like better. And this is Stronger With You. And this is the Intensely version. So, a love-hate relationship with this fragrance. To me, it's not a massive performer on me. 2 hours maximum. And it opens up with pink pepper, which I despise, but it has a beautiful, gorgeous vanilla dry down. Gourmand. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. And I think better, 100% better than the original Stronger With You, which has been cloned a lot. And honestly, this makeup is even being utilized by designers now. I put myself, Les Parfums, against this. Very, very similar. Very similar. This a little bit sweeter. And because of that, the clone is a little bit sweeter. And this is from the house of Armaf, the Odyssey line. This is Odyssey Home. Now this I put up against Stronger With You, and I put up against Les Parfums. Both performance and projection did better than both of them. This is one of the cheapest ones that they have from this line at $20. Cool looking bottle, basic bottle, but you're getting absolute performance monster. Armaf does an incredible job. In fact, most of these that you're going to see are Armaf. I think Lattafa does a great job at making their own fragrances or making niche or designer fragrances their own. I think Armaf does a better job at copying the fragrance and giving a better projection. Next, we're talking about Lacoste L212 White, and this is Hunter, and this is from their original. You see, it's like a snow globe in there. It's got all these particles in there, and this is sort of a gorgeous citrus floral masculine fragrance. Clean. The reason why I picked this over L212, not only is it $20, L212 White isn't absurdly expensive. This is so in your face, refreshing. It energizes you just to smell it. It performs, it projects. It comes on so strong. And try as it may, L212 does not do that like this thing does. Incredible fragrance. And from that same line, well, I guess first I'll tell you what the fragrance it's cloning is. From the house of Mansera, red tobacco. Beautiful cherry and tobacco fragrance, smells like a cigar lounge. From Armaf, we have Hunter Killer. Now, what this fragrance does, in addition to being a quarter of the price, and honestly stacking up to it in terms of projection and performance, what this fragrance does is it lowers that tobacco and it ups the sweetness. Why is that important? Because tobacco is very polarizing fragrance, and a lot of people don't like tobacco. But if you use it as a base instead of the front, if you have it as backup vocals instead of the lead singer, you have a gorgeous fragrance. I love tobacco, so I love red tobacco, but it is an offensive scent. This takes that lead singer, puts him on backup vocals, and I have people complimenting this guy all the time, whereas you just wouldn't get that as often with red tobacco. It's impressive to frack heads, impressive to maybe smokers, people that enjoy tobacco, but this gives it that sweetness that really is impressive. these next two, pretty much for the same reason. From the house of Tom Ford, we have Tobacco Vanille. And my cologne is from Maison Alhambra, and this is Tobacco Touch. Like probably many people, I have never had Tobacco Vanille. I've had to get it in decants, and never have I wanted to spend $400 on that fragrance. Very exceedingly simple fragrance. $400 is insane. This does the same thing that Hunter Killer did. Takes that tobacco, moves it in the back, to the back, and amplifies the vanilla and the sweetness. What you have here is a $20 vanilla bomb that will last you 48 hours on close. And I love that. I think Tobacco Vanille is one of the greatest fragrances ever made. I know a lot of people despise it, but I have decants of Tobacco Vanille. I have different variations, dupes, clones, and that is my favorite. Its performance is unbeatable, and it's a great fragrance. This next one, Creed, is a Creed Green Iris Tweed fragrance. This is from the house of Armaf. This is Nuit. I like Lattafa better than Armaf as a rule, but I just found myself grabbing a lot of Armaf. All respect to Armaf. Like I said, this is a Green Irish Tweed fragrance. I have Green Irish Tweed, again, in decant. And I actually got this before I got Green Irish Tweed, and fell in love with it. Its sweetness, its fougere, its green notes, its energy, its excitement, floral, just gorgeous, energetic springtime fragrance. And then I got Green Irish Tweed, and Green Irish Tweed has this masculine, spicy base that this does not have. Aventus has that a little bit too. A little bit more spice, a little bit more context, a little bit more depth. I think that makes Aventus better. I don't like that for Green Irish Tweed. I think this fragrance being exciting, being playful, is how it should be. And so that's why I gotta give it to Nuit. Not only that, this is the greatest performing fragrance that I have seen of Green Irish Tweed, and top 3 that I have in my collection. It's incredible fragrance. And try as it may, Green Irish Tweed does not perform like that. Next, from the house of Parfums de Marly, this is Leighton. Everybody's favorite. I love this fragrance. Unfortunately, I get nose blind to it after about 30 minutes. Probably because I wear it almost every day. But I have a cologne here, and this is from the house of Haramain, and this is Amber Oud Blue Exclusif. When I first got this was $80-something, which was the same price. This is a 2 ounce. The same price as Leighton, which is kind of crazy. Why'd I get this instead of Leighton? Well, I didn't know that. I didn't put the pieces together and add up that Leighton is 4.2 ounces. This is 2 ounce. But now it's like mid-50s. But it was even worth it at the 80s because Leighton has this huge mentholated kickoff. This does it bigger. Leighton has all these bold notes. This does it bolder. Leighton has a great projection. This projects higher. Leighton's got good performance. This performs better. I don't know how they got it to do this, and I don't know if maybe I just have a freak of nature badge. But this really is perfection. It's amazing. It's probably the best, quote unquote, clone of something Lucy, you got some explaining to do. So, here's a fragrance that maybe you all heard of. It's called Creed. This is Aventus. This Creed Aventus is voted one of the best men's fragrances of all time, and I think there's some, pardon the pun, I think there's some credence to that. And because people love Creed the way that they do, people wasted no time trying to clone it. So the one that I have here for you is only because you all want to see it, but others are probably cringing right now. This is Club de Nuit limited edition. Someone said I wanted to try the limited edition. I heard that it's better. It is. It is so much better than the EDT, and the EDP is a $50 fragrance compared to a $200 fragrance. On the cheap end, $200 fragrance. This is a Parfum concentration. The EDT and the EDP was a little bit synthetic, a little bit harsh. This takes that out of commission. Now, I want to make something very, very clear. This and this, to me, this wins. This is a better profile. It smells better. I just like it better. I like it more. However, this is the greatest projecting and performing fragrance I have ever seen. The performance on this guy is days. The projection of this is an entire room. And if you're someone who likes compliments, you're gonna get it with this, not with this, because this is unapologetically in your face. It is loud, it comes on strong, and it stays on long. It is the best bang for your buck. You can't stretch $1 farther than buying this, because this is one of the greatest colognes ever made. And I remember when there was the Aventus Clone Wars going on between Haramain's L'Aventure, and then there was this fragrance. And who wins? Then they came out with this Parfum edition, just like, yeah, I can tell you who wins. It's clear and it's obvious. So, do I like this one better than this? Well, I don't know. Do I? Whoa, price being no object. Which one do I wear? I wear this, 100%. But this is $50. Quarter of the price, fifth of the price, and will perform so much better, project so much better, and get you so many more comments because of its better performance. So, that is it, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed this video. These are some incredible clones of some incredible fragrances. I'm glad to have both the clones and the fragrances in my collection. Some of these, like Green Irish Tweed, I don't really need to wear because I have things like Nuit. But things like my Aventus I still wear. Things like Stronger With You I still wear. Leighton. So, this is not fragrances that have necessarily become obsolete because of the clones. It's just something that the clones have done maybe a little bit better and for a lot less. There's a lot of good things going on about these clones, but some things you'll just never be able to get or repeat, and that's okay. And that is why some fragrances will always be bought, because clones have never been able to do that. You'll notice Angel Share not here. You'll notice a couple other really good fragrances. There's just no clones that I've found that'll stack up. So, anyways, hope you all like this video, and I will see you all in the next video. Till next time.